what we getting ready to. And in the meantime, let me have you guys just if you can turn on your cameras. If you're driving, that's okay. But if you can turn on your cameras, I like to see your faces. Faces are good to see. All right. Oh, we got a 4K camera up. We got a 4K camera. It's gonna be a little better for our video to post. But listen, man, I'm excited about today. I'm excited about you guys joining us on this call, and excited about us sharing information, excited about just hearing your stories. I'm excited about having the opportunity to teach you guys and be in front of you and give some instruction. What I do want to do, because we're going to go ahead and get started here, and pause that little music there. So I have a whole little format. I sat down and wrote, and I'm just excited about this little class. People talk about little class, but this is a big thing to me, right? And everything that you do, let it be big in the way of being big. So welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Coach Smith's Think and Go Get It class, right? Where we are promoting Think and Grow Rich, the book. And it's been a wonderful week for myself, family, and friends. And I pray that it's been the same for you guys. You know, a level of excitement, a level of enthusiasm, a level of just getting to the next level, a level of working on yourself. All right. And that comes with you doing the work, Before we start, what I want to take the time out to do is do a little meditation. We'll do it for about, I have my clock set for 2 minutes, but I'm explaining what we're going to do. Right, in the meditation, we're going to close our eyes and we're going to bring ourselves into consciousness. What we're going to do in that instance, we're going to take deep breaths in through our nose for 6 to 8 seconds. Then you're going to hold it for 6 to 8 seconds, and then you're going to release it for 6 to 8 seconds. And you're going to just repeat that before we even start. So I'm going to put on a little bit of meditation music for us, but I want you guys to, I don't want to talk you through your meditation. Your meditation is designed for you. I want you to get the most out of the class, open up, and be able to, you know, gain consciousness of what's being said today. So we're going to take the next 2 minutes and just go through breathing. And if you seem like you want to get off of track, go back to counting. In your head. The counting is going to keep you focused on what it is that you're doing. All right. So we're going to take 2 minutes now just to take, and I may even cut it down, but just to gain consciousness of what we're doing and being open to the lesson. So here we go. Let's start. Taking deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Very good. Very good. Very good. So the next thing I want to open up is one of the affirmations that we that I said to you guys before, and I think it's all fitting because it all comes from the same place. It says, "I believe in myself. I believe in those that I work with. I believe in my business. I believe in my friends. I believe in my family. I believe that God will give to me everything in which I need to succeed if I do my best to earn it through faithful and honest service. I believe in prayer and will never close my eyes to sleep at night without praying for divine guidance to the end, that I may be patient with people and tolerant of those who do not believe as I do. I believe that success is the result of intelligent and efficient effort and does not depend on luck, sharp practices, double-crossing friends, or my fellow man. I believe that I will get out of life exactly what I put into it. Therefore, I'll be careful to conduct myself towards others as I would want them to act towards me. I will not slander those whom I do not like. I will not slight my work no matter what I may see others doing. I will render the best service in which I am capable of because I have pledged myself to succeed, and I know that a negative attitude towards others will never help me to succeed. Finally, I forgive those who offend me because I realize sometimes I may offend others and will need their forgiveness too. Amen. All right. So, and that's how we're going to start opening up our meetings, just going through that stuff so you guys can get familiarized with it, so you guys can start saying it. And I'll go through the self-confidence creed at the end. That way, even then on the recording, if you want to go back and hear it, you can hear it. A lot of us learn by hearing. And if you need to add it to music, add it to music. However you need to do to get yourself in the way of the affirmations. All right. A quote of the day. And this is something that I sent out this week. The quote of the day says, opportunity does not come with their values stamped on them. All right. A lot of people think when the opportunity comes, there's money behind that opportunity. But what we have to do is see the opportunity and get something out of the opportunity. Sometimes the opportunity may cost us money to play. We may have to pay to play. And with that, what we do is we put our money down, because guess what? Guess who you betting on when you put your own money down? Yourself. You're betting on yourself. And when you bet on yourself, that's the best bet you're ever going to make, because you're saying that I'm prepared for this moment. I'm going to put the money down on myself to take this class or to do this thing that needs to be done, and I'm going to get it done. So, in understanding that opportunities come in different ways, they don't always come in a monetary value. To succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. Right? A lot of us jump at conclusions real quick. We make our mind up to think what another person has done already, and we're trying to think for other people in that situation. Well, really, if we keep our thoughts upon ourselves and the people that are around us that mean the most to us, that's where it counts at the most. And then we can give our energy to outside sources, right? We can't go chunking rocks at somebody else's backyard when ours not clean either. And the last line says, your big opportunity may be right where you are. A lot of times, and I'm going to go back to, this is a great book. I read this book too. It's called Acres of Diamonds, right? A lot of times we have our own diamonds in our backyard, but we go outside looking at somebody else's diamonds. We're looking at what everybody else has done instead of looking at what we have right before our eyes. Right where you guys stand, there's major opportunity. In the jobs, in the workplaces, in the side hustles, there are major opportunities. You just have to dig a little deeper, right? Come up with an idea. Ideas are priceless, right? Ideas, you can walk in with an idea and walk out with a contract. You can walk in with an idea and walk out with a contract. I'm gonna say that again, right? All it takes is one idea to get you where you need to go. Somebody to notice you, right? So we have to understand opportunities lie right in front of us. Make the most of every opportunity when it comes your way, right? Big or small, jump at it. As long as it's something that's on the path that you want to do or to conduct yourself with, jump at that opportunity. If it's some trash, let the trash roll by you. If it's not in what you want to do, it's not in your desire, it's not in your track, that's a distraction. right? We don't want to be distracted off of the path. If it's something that can help us, we can jump on this train, right? And I'm just giving you an analogy. If I can jump on the train to take me up the street, to take me where I'm going, and I don't have a car, I'm gonna jump on that train because it's taking me to that path. It may not take me completely there, but I can get off and get on another ride and get there, right? So long as it's on my way to where I say I want to be, jump on that opportunity, all right? So what I do want to do is briefly go over what we've learned in total, and they're short inserts. You'll hear me flipping through pages, but just from the beginning, from when we started. Yeah, stop saying that's for real. How I came to learn about the book, you talk about the universal principles, right? These are universal principles that can be used anywhere for anyone. They're universal principles. So learn the principles, and when you learn it, how you learn it is putting it into action. All right. Take action. When you finish reading, take action. You always keep a pencil and paper by you. One time, if you're suppressing your subconscious, you may wake up in the middle of the night and have an idea, something that you need to do. Write it down. Those are little hunches that he talks about in the book, right? And that's happened to me. It'll happen to you. Those are little things. If you take care of these little things, you'll see how many times have you gone to sleep and you had a great idea and you can't remember it when you woke up. You're like, but man, I had like, wow. Or you remember the dream, but you don't remember deeply into the dream, right? Take advantage of those things. If you don't have a pen or paper, utilize your phones. Sit up, write it in your phone, and then go back to sleep, right? Because guess what? The subconscious is always working, but that's why we're suppressing the subconscious with the positive things, right? Find the desire, auto-suggested until it becomes a burning desire. Find a desire, right? Find a desire and auto-suggest it. Tell yourself it over and over until it becomes a burning desire. Our desires aren't burning at first. We have to make them a burning desire. And we do that by telling ourselves constantly over and over what it is that we want and how we want it, right? Be responsible for your own actions. That's just being responsible as an adult at this point in time in our life. We have to be responsible for our own actions. Recognize the abundant life that awaits you. When you place things into action, recognize that abundance that's around you. Don't recognize that there's lack. Don't look at we're in poverty. Don't say those things to yourself, right? Get out of the way of doing those things and say, you know what? I'm living an abundant life. There's more just waiting for me as I continue to move in that direction. All right. Look for the good in the bad situation. View everything that happens to us as a blessing or a blessing in disguise. Right? Sometimes that blessing in disguise, sometimes you didn't get that one thing because it just wasn't your chance. And the people that got that one thing end up getting in some trouble. Right? So that was a blessing in disguise, if we look at it. So sometimes adversity stops us because we're actually not ready for that thing that we said that we wanted to go get. All right? Your statement of desire, write it out. I know the book says say it 2 times. I'm telling you, I've been listening and reading the Master Key to Riches, one of his other books. It says, and I'm also taking a class in Napoleon Hill Foundation. What it says is 2 is not enough. He says 12 times. Go over your statement of desire 12 times. You might have to do it 3 times in the morning, 3 times at noon, 3 times midday, and then another 3 times before you go to sleep. All right. Or if you break it into 4 sets of 3, however you want to get to 12, we got to up it. We got to up our ass and our ante. Definitely before we go to bed and when we wake up. Say it 2 or 3 times then. Right. But up the ante. I'm saying 12 at this point in time. That's what I heard come out of his lips, and I'm saying it 12 times. We're not doing it just 2. We have to, if we want to get there quicker, we got to say it with emotion, and we have to say it numerous times, right? Convince yourself that you must have the thing that you're asking for. The person that you have to convince is you. You have to convince yourself, right? I've been practicing with my wife in the house. If she didn't say it well enough for me, I'm telling her to say it again, say it again, say it again. Right? Say it like you mean it. Say that, say it. But if you have somebody that's with you that's going to say your desire 12 times. If you have somebody that's going to push you like that, that's just like being in the weight room when you got a partner that's spotting you, right? They spotting you. Now we're in the mental gym. We're in the mental gym. So now we got to do these mental reps. As we take these mental reps are going to help us realize and suppress our subconscious with that greatness that we want so that we can get the plan. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the plan to follow through on the action. But we can move on the action, but we're looking for the ultimate plan. God, give me a plan to show me how I'm going to navigate this. Right? So we have to understand that. Convince yourself. All right. Key yourself up every day. You should be your own hype man. You should be your own energy. You should be the person that gets yourself up, jumping, whatever that does that for you, get up and do it consistently. For me, I got to work out every day, some form of workout. I have to get up and get myself going. All right. I don't care if it's yoga twice a week, weightlifting twice a week, running twice a week. I'm going 6 days a week. I've upped the ante from 3 and 4 to 6 now. Right. Whether it's 30, 45 minutes a day, I may have cut the sessions down, but I'm going to get it in almost every day. I'm going to take that one day, which is a Saturday. You might think I'm Jewish. I'm going to take that Saturday and I'm going to sit my behind down and rest on that Saturday, right? I'm going to rest on the Sabbath because that's just who I am. I may be around the house all day, but come up Sunday is the first day of the week. We got to crank it up Sunday. Sunday's going to take us through Friday. So prepare yourself on Sunday because the work week starts on Monday. And it's all about being prepared for the moment, right? So for those of you guys that just joined, I'm just going back through some briefings of the things that we've gone over. And I pretty much just cut them down into little inserts. Invest in your personal development. It costs you nothing but time right now. Invest in you. You're the only person that can invest in you. This is about you as an individual. It's about me as an individual, right? If we don't invest in ourselves, who else is going to? Who's going to tell it? Who you be the person that be yourself, be that person that pats yourself on the back and tell yourself, great job today, man. Give yourself a hug, a power hug. I gave myself a power hug this morning. I finished that yoga. I wrapped myself so tight, like, man, I love you, you know? So it's all about putting yourself in the right situation and loving yourself first and investing in yourself constantly with the personal development, right? And that's why we do it, because we know it's so powerful in the morning. If you get your day started like this here, you pretty much covered yourself to move throughout the day. Nothing should be able to shake you off of your greatness because you've already took yourself through that lineup, all right? Another thing, don't measure yourself to others. Walk your own path. Don't measure yourself to others. Don't look at what other people have got and say, oh, I'm so far behind. Oh, like, don't do that to yourself. That's almost like shooting yourself in the foot. Look at what they have and let that inspire you. You look at what they have and say, you know what? I'm going to have that. I will have that. That belongs to me as well. I'm worthy of having those things. You don't start making judgment and then start comparing yourself and thinking that life is over. Life isn't over until the good master call you home. All right. So understand these things. Don't compare yourself to others. What's your desire? Everybody should have gone through what their desire is. All right. Put yourself in position to where you can't retreat. We talked about burning that bridge. Put yourself in a position where you can't retreat, where you can't go back. All right. And when you do that, it's all forward movement. You shouldn't want to go back. Recognize what the past is, learn from it, and then let's excel into the future. But live in the present. Live in the present. And I'm just going back through. Pay for the information you want to receive, right? When I say that, pay for the information, sometimes we don't have to know it all. We can pay somebody else to give us some information to get us where we need to be in life. And if that cuts down a lot of time of us trying to do those things that we need, that we want to do. And we just think that we can do all those things. Pay somebody to do that job. It's just like me putting a light up in my garage that I didn't. Here you go, Mr. James, can you do this for me? All right, because he knows what to do. Hey, he said, oh, the balance may be off. I'd have went and bought the whole thing and spent time going in the store, doing all those, when he just checked it out and he gave me a quick assessment. Find people that have expertise in those things. We went over that in 3 Feet from Gold. All right. The junk man went out and got who? The guy that knew how to tell what a goal was. He paid for the information. Pay for the information. All right. The thing that you want will show up when you are ready for it. The things that you want will show up when you're ready for it. A lot of times we think we're ready for it, and in all actuality, we haven't prepared ourselves for that thing. So moving that direction, when you're ready for it, that thing is going to show up. All right. Talked about faith. Faith can be developed. It can be developed. How is faith developed? Exactly by what we talk about today in that chapter of auto-suggestion. You can suggest faith to yourself constantly by saying it over and over, emotionalizing. All right. And other thing we learned about faith, faith blended with one of the emotions reaches the subconscious mind instantly. Love, sex, right? Love, sex, and it's another one. And faith. Those are the three highest, the most positive emotions. Now, let's say faith mixed with anger or jealousy, just those are two powerful emotions as well. So that can do us the bad. That can get us the bad. So whatever we're learning, it can work for the good and it can work for the bad. You got to understand that. And he talks about that. Auto-suggestion is repetition of a statement of words, telling yourself constantly over and over and over and over again. All right. But in a positive manner. And that brings us to where we are now in auto-suggestion, right? What is auto-suggestion? Auto-suggestion is self-suggestion. It's the things that we would tell ourselves. So the question is, what are you telling yourself every day? What are you telling yourself? Right? I'm telling myself, I am one of the richest and most influential men in the world. I am one of the most richest and influential men in the world. I am one of the most richest and influential men in the world. I got to convince myself of that before I go out in the world, right? I'm constantly telling myself that outside of the other affirmations and other things that I'm doing. So what are you telling yourself? What are you suggesting to yourself? You have to be confident in you, in your abilities, right? It talks about dominating thoughts that we hold in our minds, positive or negative, voluntarily reach the subconscious mind. The things that we tell ourselves, the dominating thoughts. What thoughts are dominating in your mind? Are you constantly, you get to the place and you start telling yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this. That's the little me, right? That's the little me. You got to be able to move the little me. Hey, little me, get out the way. The big me wants to shine. You got to be able to move that little me out the way and with the big me and move in the direction that you want to. This is why you practice. This is why you brought yourself to this point in time, right? Get the little me out of there. That little me has stopped a lot of us from getting some great things in life. I know he stopped me a few times, right? Lose the little me mentality and get the big me into play. So whenever you feel a little anxious, start telling yourself, little me, get out of here. The big me wants to shine, right? As we utilize our five senses, we are able to control what material reaches our subconscious mind. So understanding who we are, we can let things come into our inner matrix, or we can let them fly over our head, right? You can be in a negative environment and still be the most peaceful and positive person that can be there. But you can't be there too long, right? You can't be in that environment too long. It's about being amongst people that are going to help you get to the next level, mentally, physically, spiritually, socially, emotionally, monetarily, right? You want to be up under or with the higher ups. You want to be in that environment. You're going to learn something. You're going to learn something about yourself. You're going to learn where you fit in. You're going to learn, do I feel in place being amongst these people, or do I feel like I should be the king of the lower people? No, let's be, even if you're at the bottom of the top, you're still in a good place. If you're at the bottom of the top, imagine that. I'm at the bottom, but these are the top 1%ers in the world. That put me at like, I can't be no lower than 5% at that point in time. Right? So you want to put yourself in the way of being amongst the best people that you can be around. People who have great attitudes, people who are movers and shakers, people who are going to help you get to the next level. One thing that he talked about in the chapter of auto-suggestion, right? Don't put your mind on autopilot. Plant seeds of positivity in your mind, right? If you don't plant those seeds, it's just like if you don't take care of your grass, weeds are going to grow. Weeds are going to grow. If you don't cut and take care and groom your grass, weeds are going to grow. That's me being on autopilot. Now anybody can come and plant an idea and I just jump on it. Oh yeah, right? No, you want to be in a situation where I control what I let into my inner matrix. I control what comes into my mind. I have the ability to accept it or reject it, right? Reading your statement of desire 12 times. I went over that 12 times, not twice. We're going 12, folks. Statement of desire 12. Say your affirmation 12. When you're in the car riding by yourself, say it, right? Turn the music down, because now you like, even with the music and singing, you're taking in somebody else's that's how I look at it. Sometimes I catch myself and I'm just in a complete silent car, but I'm thinking of my next move as I move. You got to hear yourself think, you got to hear yourself and move. And when you get out, now I can put it into play, right? So always being able to put yourself in a situation where you're able to think. The book is called Think and Grow Rich. Thinking is one of the hardest things in the world for people to do. So it's important that we sit down and give thought to things, positive thought, right? Emotionalize your statement of affirmation. If you don't put if you don't put any emotion into it, it's not going to happen. It's just going to be like, I am. You're going to be like, if I came to you guys like this, I am one of the richest and most influential men in the world. I am one of the richest and most influential. I am one of the most richest. If I don't emotionalize it, it's not going to come to me, right? I say it with conviction because I believe wholeheartedly in that. Say it with conviction. Say it with love. Say it with compassion, right? Put some type of emotion into it, because that's what you're going to get back, right? Say it with faith. Say it with if you have to, say it with the feeling of you having sex, right? That's a happy feeling. That's a good feeling. Put love behind it, right? The subconscious will only act upon thoughts that have been mixed with emotion or feeling. That's important. That's important. If you don't emotionalize, you will not see the desirable results. There's a price that, and he wrote this, there's a price that must be paid in doing this. You must decide if you're willing to pay that price in effort. All it takes is a little effort, day by day in every way, a little bit of effort every day. But we got to pay the price. We just can't think, oh, this is just going to pop off the next day. It doesn't work like that. You have to put the effort into building some steam to get these things that you want. And you wonder why people can think about it and move in that direction really quickly, because they've been doing this. They've been exercising their mind to receive the gifts that they've been looking for, right? Put some effort into what you're doing. It's going to propel you where you need to be. We must concentrate on the desire until it becomes a burning desire. I went over that. One of the things that we have to do is trick our mind. Play a trick on your mind. If you know if you're in a negative state, you know if you're you act out negatively, right? You have to trick your mind, make it believe that you believe. Make your mind believe that you believe. I believe. Like, you know, you gotta tell yourself over and over until you get to that point. And I'm telling you, make your mind believe that you believe. And that's constantly telling yourself over and over, over and over, over and over, right? You must have, let me see, the subconscious mind must hand over the practical plans for acquiring the money. When you believe, the subconscious mind is going to come up with a plan. It's going to make you think it through. And that's why you need to be able to think in a quiet atmosphere. You need to be able to think in a loud atmosphere. You need to be able to go into a shell while there's so much chaos going on around you. All right? Give the thoughts over to your imagination. You have to utilize your imagination. You have to see these things in real time. We have a wonderful thing called a brain in which we could see a motion picture in our head before that picture comes out. So what does your life look like on that motion picture? And we're talking about you. What does your life look like? How does that play out? And how does that play out for the people that are around you? All right, don't wait for a definite plan. Adjust as you go. One of the things that he also said that stuck with me, auto-suggestion is the keystone to this philosophy. The keystone to this philosophy, auto-suggestion. Everything is about telling yourself over and over, emotionalizing it to yourself, believing, moving in faith, acting upon what you believe. If you don't act upon it, that means that you didn't really believe it. It was just a dream at that point in time. We don't want to just be daydreamers. We got some of the best daydreamers out in the world. Turn those dreams into reality. That's what we come here for. We come to turn our dreams into reality. But we first got to see the dream, and then we got to act upon it. And then let's say, as we're acting upon it, and our plan isn't foolproof, God is going to give us a plan that is. That's what we're searching for. You know, always ask, you know, I'm going to tell you, I always ask, if these aren't the plans for me, Father God, give me the plans that you have for me so I can move in that direction. Show me the plans. Show me what you need me to do. I'm a servant. I'm here to serve. All right. One of the last things for this section is, once you read the entire book, come back to chapter 4 and read it aloud until you become convinced that the principle of auto-suggestion is sound. I am convinced. And you know what? I'm going to come back and read it. I said 21 days. I wrote down, I'm going to read it 21 days, this same chapter, because auto-suggestion is short. You can get through it really quickly. Come back and read it again and again and again. So you understand the value of saying these things over and over and over and over and over and over and emotionalizing them to yourself. Come back and say them over and over and over again, emotionalize them so you can get what you want to get out of life, right? As we move into specialized knowledge, specialized knowledge for anyone that has a job. Specialized knowledge is a knowledge that is a working knowledge for what it is that you specifically want to do, right? There are two types of knowledge. General knowledge. The general knowledge we got pretty much in school. And you got specialized knowledge when you went to, let's say, maybe college, or you went into vocational school. Vocational school, we pick up the specialized knowledge. High school, elementary, middle school, we get the general knowledge, math, English, science, social studies, the core. When we start talking about specialized knowledge, now if I want to be to fly planes, I'm going to have to go to a special school in order to learn how to fly planes. If I want to be a Fortune 500 CEO, I'm going to have to get around Fortune 500 CEOs to learn what they're doing in their business so I can scale up. I have to put myself in that environment, right? And understanding and learning about what specialized knowledge is, it puts us in a way to study just what we need to know. And I'll go through some of the stories that he talked about. I know when Henry Ford got on the stand, one of the favorite things that I learned about that was Henry Ford, he had a grade school education. He had a grade school education. And with that, the lawyers were trying to test him. Like, you know what Henry Ford told those guys? He said, I could press any button in here to have somebody come answer those questions that you're asking me. I don't fill my head with a lot of general knowledge. I don't just need to know everything. Why do I need to know everything? Right? I need to know the things that I need to know. And for instance, Ford Company is still around now. Right? That's what we call generational wealth. He had an idea that outlasted him as a person, and it's going to continue to outlast him. That's huge. So come up with an idea that's going to outlive you as a person, that's going to go generations and generations and generations and be able to feed generations of people that are in your family. Knowledge will not attract money unless it is organized and intelligently directed through plans of action, right? A lot of us think knowledge is power to some degree. If I have all the knowledge in the world and I don't do anything with it, then I'm just a walking book. But if I have the knowledge and I put it into action, right? If I have the knowledge and I put it into action, now I'm able to draw those things to me. I'm able to start walking towards it. You can be the smartest person in the world, but if you don't organize the knowledge and place it action behind it, there are going to be no results. You might as well be a consultant at that point in time. If you're going to just fill yourself with the knowledge, do something with the knowledge when you gain it. And that's why we're saying, as you write it down, as you continue to get better, start to do something. Start to test it out. It's going to help you get to the next level. Knowledge is only potential power. It must be organized into definite plans of action. Right? Take the knowledge, get you a mastermind team, and let's put it into action. Get some people around you that know that, get some people around you that are smarter than you, number one. Get some people around you that's going to push you, that are not yes men, right? A lot of times we like to feel good and have the yes people around us, you know, because no, get some people around you that's going to challenge you. No, I don't think that's right. Even though you're the boss, you sit back and say, you know what? I value their opinion and their voice. They've been with me for quite some time, and you continue to bring those people up with you. Don't fill yourself with yes men. Talked about the word educate. Comes from the root word educo, which means to draw out, right? Not put in. We're not putting in information. I'm looking to help you draw out of yourself the person that you want to become. That's why you're here, right? And that's why I'm here, because I know there's much more for me. There's much more, right? And being able to be in that space, it's a great feeling because you are in a space where you're constantly climbing. The world doesn't stop, so we can't stop. The world doesn't stop. There's a rest period. There's a night and there's a day, right? You rest when you can, but you get up and let's get this work, right? And then there's a play period. Work hard, play hard. Specialized knowledge is needed for the service or profession you intend to offer in return, right? Accumulation for the greatest fortune call for power, and power is acquired through highly organized and intelligent, directed, specialized knowledge. We're talking, and I just went over this, and you can find out a lot of the stuff that he's saying in this book is repetitive. It's repetitive for a reason. He just says it in a different way, so that you get it, so that you understand it, so that you say, you know what, these are the things that I'm going to do. These are the things that I need to do. These are the things that I'm going to put in action. Like Sunday night, everything needs to be written out pretty much going for the week going forward. Things that you need to accomplish. Or if you can't do that, write them out to Wednesday. Let Wednesday be the peaking point, and then from Wednesday to Friday, you create another avenue of things to do. So if you on Sunday, you write out from Monday to Wednesday. or Monday to Tuesday night. Tuesday night, you back on it and you figuring out what Friday from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday looks like. And then you can also put Saturday in there as well. But that's planning for our lives. Talked about specialized knowledge is probably the cheapest knowledge that you can ever find. And he gave the example of college professors. Specialized knowledge, a math teacher, you got an English teacher, you have the math teacher don't try to teach English or language arts. The math teacher isn't trying to teach science. He's trying to be great at what he does. Same thing in sports. The point guard on the basketball team is not trying to play center, right? The defensive back isn't trying to play quarterback. Everybody has a specialized position. Everybody has a position to play. And when we all do our job, things move a lot smoother and a lot faster, right? So you have the specialized knowledge on the team or what you're learning is going to propel you to get where you need to be a lot quicker. If, like I said, if you're a quarterback, you're not trying to learn what a defensive back does. You're learning the skills of the quarterback, but you're going to be knowledgeable about his position and where he plays at. But I don't need to know every intricate detail about that, right? It pays to learn how to purchase knowledge. It pays to learn how to purchase knowledge. Here's the one thing that one big takeaway: anything acquired without effort and without cost is generally unappreciated, often discredited, right? They're saying, so you got to put your money up, put your money behind yourself, pay to play. Put your money up, put your money up, pay to play, right? Here's one of my examples. I went to Kansas State University, had a 5-year scholarship. I was on scholarship for 5 years. Do you know I didn't finish on time? I had to go back and pay for a class. And I'm gonna tell you, when I had to pay for that class, I probably got the highest grade in the class. And that's how I know this principle works. And then when I went to learn about personal training and get into the training industry, once I left school, I had to pay for that class. I got the highest grade in the class. So it wasn't that I wasn't studious enough. It was that I had to put my money up to back me, because a lot of times when we put our money up, we're going to take that class. We're not going to be late. We're going to show up and we're going to show out. It is what it is. When you want to do something, put your money behind yourself for that person to train you to get it done. And you're going to get it done, right? You're going to get it done because you've put the fee up and you're going to show up, and I want all my money's worth. But if you don't put your money up, you like, I'll make it, it's all right, I missed it, but okay. It's a nonchalant attitude about it. We don't want to have nonchalant attitude. Anything that comes from, in my mind, right? And I was at the 10X, I was at 10X with Grant Cardone. He looked in the back. He said, those tickets back there, we gave them to people and they were free. I'll never do that again, right? And I was like, you know what? Whenever there's something free, show up and absorb it all, because that's that's an opportunity. That's going back to the opportunity that I'm talking about. Take advantage of the opportunity. Don't just blow it off. If it's free, take advantage of it and learn. Take advantage of it. If you don't take advantage of it, that's on you. You lost out at that one point in time, right? Napoleon Hill talked about the free schools and free educations. Like, if you have, a lot of people put their kids in private school because they see private school as I'm paying for this education. Now I can actually go in and I have a voice. I have a voice. I'm paying you my money, so I expect these things to happen, right? But when it's free, we just send our kids and we expect for the system to give us what we're looking for. Hey, you don't go to Gucci asking them for discounts, do you? Nope. You don't go to those high price places asking for discounts. You pay that fee. Pay the fee for what it is that you want. It's called paying the price. It's called paying the price. There's one weakness in people that there isn't a remedy for, and that's called lack of ambition. So if you see those people that don't have ambition in their lives and you're trying to key them up, you're trying to get them going at a certain time, you got to let them be. You got to let them see through your demonstration. I can't give someone the ambition. I can try to talk to them in a situation or talk them into being a better person, but I can't give you the ambition to go out and do the things. You're going to have to do that yourself. That's a want to or want more, right? You got to want more for yourself, want more for your situation. To say that I'm going to climb up for every rock that's thrown into this pit that I'm standing in, I'm going to use it as a stepping stone. And when the time is right, I'm going to be able to step myself up out this hole, right? So when they throw the rock into the hole and you're already down there, catch it, put it down below you, step on it. I'm waiting for you to throw another one. Soon I'm going to be out this hole. You keep throwing them rocks. I'm going to turn the negatives into a positive. And when I climb out, I'm on the way to greatness, right? So when you start at the bottom, it talks about also, this is another good thing. I want to try to get through this really quick because I want us to go through a couple of different exercises. But it talked about pretty much, I call it the name of getting it out the mud. All right. A lot of us getting it out the mud. Why start at the bottom? Why start at the bottom when you don't have to? Right? The bottom is the lowest of the lowest. And in any job, you don't want to have to start at the bottom. In any profession, you don't want to have to start at the bottom. So if you take the opportunity to better yourself, even going into job interviews or going into meeting people, you look good, feel good, play good, right? And understanding that if I can start a little bit below the bottom, it gives me the advantage of being on top of those people at the bottom, because at the bottom, there's a lot of bickering, right? There's a lot of some of the same attitudes. And to climb out the bottom, you have to be a special person. Not to say that you can't climb from the bottom, but if you understand that, okay, I have a little head start. Imagine this, your parents having a home for you when you get out of college. Most of us had to go out and build that home or buy that home. But for those of us that had that head start, now we can put our money into other things. We can invest. We can start doing other different things. That's having a head start, because someone took the time in their early life to think about you. See what we're building, I say, and I'm constantly saying this, we're building generational wealth. Generational wealth. So we're not just thinking about ourselves, we're building for the people that are coming up behind us. We want to make sure that they're doing well, right? And for the people that are working with us, we want to make sure that they're doing well and their kids are doing well. And when that happens, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. So one of the things is we have to rise to high positions or remain at the bottom because the conditions we can control. We rise to high positions or remain at the bottom because of the conditions we control. That's a mindset. You got to understand that, listen, if I'm at the bottom, either I'm going to rise to the top or I'm going to be so mediocre that I'm just staying at this point in time. You don't ever want to get on a job and be in that position for your whole life. That shows no elevation, right? You constantly want to climb this ladder of success. People respect stories of when you come from the bottom. Understand this, success and failure are results of habit. What are your habits? Can you stop a habit really quickly and change it over? Do you have that type of self-discipline? You have to ask yourself that. What are the habits that you're creating for yourself? There are major opportunities for people who provide personal services. You want to get on with people? Provide a personal service. What personal service can you give to someone that is wealthy? What personal service can you provide to someone that you know they absolutely need this thing? You have to think along those lines. It's about putting yourself in a situation to think about, how do I get this monetary value that I'm looking for? I have to provide a service. And when he said that there's nothing you get, you're not able to get any for zero plus zero equals zero. You get zero trying to get a lot. You can't put out the minimum and expect the maximum. It doesn't work like that, folks. So even in our eyes, we have to continue to move up the charts. Give the max, right? If you know what this world is about, the universal principle is, if I'm giving the max, I'm going to receive that much more even coming back. And it may not even be from the person that I'm giving it to. 99% of the times, it's not coming from the person that I'm giving it to. It's going to come from a whole nother source. All right. So one of the things that I want to do now is just go back to auto suggestion, since it was a short chapter. Excuse me. I want to go back to auto suggestion. And with that being said, this is what I want. If you guys have, someone in the home with you, what I want you to do is to grab that person and ask them to come to you right now. So what we're getting ready to do, I want you to read your statement of desire to them. I want you to read it, and I want you to convince that person this is what's going to happen, right? And then reading that statement of desire, overemphasize it. This is what I want. This is what's going to happen. So we're going to take a few minutes out, and like, if you don't have someone in the home with you, get on your social media, go live, call a friend. Hey, listen, I need you to listen to me right now. Or you look in the mirror and say, this is what's going to happen. Go through your statement of desire. I want you to go through it about 4 to 5 times right now. Find somebody. Hey, come on, Miss Hibbert Smith. I need you to read your desire. I'll hold a little one. She's going to do it for me. So you got your statement of desire, or you want to go through your affirmation? Your statement of desire, you have to convince me this is what's going to happen. Let's go through the exercise. Oh, okay. Sorry, you guys.
All right, so what am I doing?
You go through your statement of desire. By such and such time, I'm going to have this.
I will have the largest real estate team netting me $1 million a month, no later than December 31st, 2025.
Say it again.
I will have the largest real estate team producing $1 million a month by December 31st, 2025.
I'm not
I will have the largest real estate team producing me $1 million a month by December 31st, 2025.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Like, you read it out to somebody. I'm a mute mine for a minute, but I need you to read that to somebody. We working in the spirit of excellence, right? Convince somebody, convince yourself. Let's go, great people. Take another minute or so. Take another minute. Does anybody want to be unmuted to get on live and do it? I mean, get onto our Zoom and do it. What's going on live, folks? Hey, we over here going through the Think and Grow Rich. Hey, you guys need to join CoachMarioSmith.com and come on to the Zoom. We got great information here. We got going through the book Think and Grow Rich. Oh. So, Miss Carla,
Yes.
let's go.
All right. So the exact money I desire is $1 million.
Let's
I
go.
intend to give hope to the people while serving products that will help them inside and out, to help them become a better version of themselves. I intend to possess this money by May 5th, 2023. My
Say it
plan of
again.
action.
I say,
I'm
I want
sorry.
you to go back through that affirmation again. Go back through it again. Go again. Do it one more time for me.
Start from the top.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The exact amount of money I desire is $1 million. I intend to give hope to the people while sharing products that will help them inside and out to become a better version of themselves. I intend to possess this money by May 5th, 2023. My plan of action is to believe I can do it, see myself doing it, have the desire backed up with faith, and go out and get it.
Let's get it. Get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Who's next? Who's next? Anybody next? All you gotta do is put your hand up. Get on the big stage. This is our stage. This is us. It's not like everyone is in here. This is us. This is our family. Who's next? Who's next? I need somebody else to get up here. Hey, you're on Zoom. You're at home. Let's go. That's my guy from Canada.
All right. Hey,
How you
I
doing?
wrote out my good. How are you guys?
I'm
Thanks
doing
for having
well.
me. All right. Here's my statement. I'll have a net worth of $25 million Canadian by December 20th, 2025. I'll obtain this wealth by having In-N-Out servicing all of small town Canada and America. I'll have over 50 family franchise partners to build our businesses and empires together. We give our customers more time and peace of mind in their homes. Our family franchise partners are constantly growing through our strong growth culture and education platforms that allow us all to constantly improve our careers, spiritual lives, and families together. Our unique service offering is special as it allows families to live where they desire and build their businesses, and our customers a service that was before not possible due to access.
Yes, indeed. Hey, I need you to read that to me again, though. One more time. One more time, and I need you to put a little bit of motion behind that, right? I need you to put some energy behind that, like you believe it. I know you're gonna get it, but I need you to say it like you believe it. Let's go.
All right. I'll have a net worth of $25 million Canadian by December 20th, 2025. I'll obtain this wealth by having In-N-Out servicing all over small town Canada and America. I will have over 50 families partnered to build our business and empires together. We give our customers more time and peace of mind in their homes. Our family franchise partners are constantly growing through our strong growth culture and education platforms that allow us all to constantly improve our careers, spiritual and personal lives together. Our unique service offering is special as it allows families to live where they desire and build their businesses, and our customers a service that was before not possible.
Yes, indeed. Definitely. Thank you, Sirion. I appreciate that. Hey, but now I'm gonna need you to come from the gut with it next time, right? But work on that. So
Okay.
I appreciate you, sir. Next, we have Nina. Can you unmute it, please?
Hi. Can
How
hear
you
me?
doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
So my exact money that I desire is 100,000, and I tend to give back to my community to educate people on their health, creating an investment team, a vlog, and creating a medical center to get donations for people to be able to get these different resources provided to them. My plan of action is, of course, finishing my master's, volunteering more, and self-teaching others how to become better for themselves and for others.
Very good. But I'm gonna need you to read that with some emotion, Nina. I'm gonna need you to feel that. I can hear you on that, but I'm gonna need to feel it in my soul, right? So when people feel it in their soul, they can help you, right? They can help you. You calling help when you, hey, I know I need this. Let's go. One more time for me.
The exact amount of money I desire is 100,000. I tend to give back to my community to educate people on their health, creating an investment team, blog, and medical center to get donations. I tend to possess this money by May 30th, 27. My plan of action is finishing my master's, volunteering more, and self-teaching others how to be better for themselves and to help others be better.
Very good. Very good. Very good. I got Jeff next. But here's something, an auto suggestion. And when you guys read an auto suggestion, it has a written plan. That's where I took mine from. I didn't have to even go off. But I said, by May 25th, 2022, I'll have in my possession $2 million, which will come to me in various ways from time to time. In return for this money, I will provide True Prep Academy mentoring through athletic services to parents and students who are in need for this. I believe I will have this money in my possession. My faith is so strong that I can see this money before my eyes. I can touch it with my hands. This money is now about to come to me at the time that I will deliver the service. And I'm gonna just let y'all know, we got 400,000 dropped in the account the other day on other day. So listen, we walk in there, and it came by way of us being able to spend this for the kids in the school. So I was like to my wife, I say, hey, I'm almost there, right? 400,000 is close to 2 million. I need another 1.5, 1.6. It's going to happen because I believe in it, right? Because I'm calling it, and I'm calling it with some effort. I'm calling it with some effort. Call that stuff to yourself, all right? Hey, this is what I'm talking about. Next is up is Jeff. Let's go, Jeff.
Hey, Coach. Coach,
What's
listen to
going
this.
on?
I'm so excited that by December 31st, I would have earned over $1 million in real estate, which equals out to over $80,000 a month. I will close the door to whatever that is not focused and whatever does not drive me towards my goal. I will say yes to opportunities that will lead me into those opportunities to earn over $1 million. And therefore, I am excited that I can see it, I can feel it, I can touch it, and I know exactly the work that I need to do. Therefore, I go to work each and every day in direction to my end goal, which is to earn $1 million by the end of this year.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Hey, but see, this is what I'm gonna tell you. The energy that we put out, people feed off of. We are energy beings. Let that energy flow, folks. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Jeff. Miss Nightingale. Can you unmute her, please? Okay. No, not yet.
Unmute. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, so the exact amount that I desire is 50 million. And the reason why I
No, don't give me no reason. Just tell me you're going to get it. Let's go. I don't want to hear the reason.
Coach, I'm going to get it because I got two visions. And my vision is I want leadership schools all over the United States. I want it, I'm going to get it. Right now, I'm in a position to make $50 million because I have a cannabis business. I plan to accumulate this by March 31st of 2024. What am I going to give in return? I'm going to help others get into the cannabis business. I will do courses. I will do tours. I will help you with your packaging, whatever it takes for you to get your cannabis stuff in the stores. Additionally, I will also continue to help patients who continue to have seizures and other medical reasons that cannabis can help them. So that's what I tend to give into return. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I believe
it's gonna
it.
Happen.
Sign me up. The cannabis business is real.
That's right.
They just legalized. Hey, listen, cannabis business is real. I want to be part of your class. Let's go. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. Hey, listen, this is what it's about. This is about each and one of us giving some energy towards what we're doing. Now, this is what we're going to do for the next little segment. What is the affirmation that you're telling yourself every day? What is the affirmation that you're telling yourself every day? Right? We have our statement of desire, but what is that affirmation that you're telling yourself every day? I'm going to go back through mine that I picked up the other day. I am one of the richest and most influential men in the world. I am one of the richest and most influential men in the world. I am one of the most richest and influential men in the world, right? I am one of the most richest and influential men in the world. And I don't have to tell you how much money I'm gonna make off of that. I just said, I am one of the richest and most influential men in the world. I am one of the richest and most influential men in the world. I gotta believe that. So what I want to see a couple of different people. I want to see a couple of different people up here. What affirmations are you saying to yourself? Miss Carla, she's back up. Let's go, Miss Carla. I'm gonna start calling people out like the teacher do for real.
I am bold. I am bright. I am sophisticated and dynamic. I am a businesswoman. Successful people are looking for me daily. I am bright. I am vibrant. I am lean. I am a healthy being. I am successfully and tremendously successful, and I always achieve my goals. I'm healthy. I'm vibrant. I'm lean. I love and take care of my being. That I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got anybody? iPad 2. I don't know what your name is, but I got to call it what I see. iPad 2. Introduce yourself when you come on, please. You know, they went, okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to give it a shot? Don't be embarrassed. Oh, you see iPad 2? Unmuted.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nasara Moore, spelled Nasara. I'm not sure how to change my name on here, but I'll be sure to find out. I don't have my camera up today because I haven't been feeling too good all day, but I definitely wanted to make class. So I'm here nonetheless. I want to say my affirmations that I say every day.
Okay.
I would say my statement of desire, but I'm still honestly kind of working on it. And I've been working on it for 3 weeks now, just to get the right verbiage and the right wording so I can really feel it and have impact to my own subconscious.
So what I'm going to tell you with that, and not to cut you off, what I'm going to tell you with that, go back to auto suggestion in that chapter, and it's going to have a little format. Look at what Mr. Napoleon Hill wrote. See, me, I'm going to tell you, I don't reinvent the wheel. I just put some different color on it, all right, to make it suit what I'm wearing. You know what I mean? So look at it, take your idea from there, and let it soar. Can you unmute it, please? Thank you. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my affirmations and I'm going to give it back to you. So my first one is, I am strong. I'm healed. I'm a healer. I'm abundant. I'm a grand prize winner of Ink Master. I am wealthy. I'm a generational wealth giver and haver. I'm a philanthropist. I'm a multimillionaire coming to be a billionaire. I'm a genius. I am magical. I'm a master of my abilities. I'm a gift. I am talented. And I am, excuse me, I'm sorry. I can't even read my own handwriting, sorry. Okay, I am creative. I am conscious. I am a woman. I am beautiful. And I'm healed. And I'm a healer. I wrote that twice because I'm really emphasized on that.
So this is what I need you to do. I need you to learn it. Now, you wrote it, rewrite it again. The more we write it, the more we start to learn it. The more we start to process it. The more we write it, the more we start to process it. And then you're going to feel it a lot deeper down in your heart. All right. So put some emphasis into it. But I believe every word that you're saying, sister. Right. Let's get up and go. Let's get up and make it happen. All right.
I say, yes.
Let's get up and make it happen. Yes, indeed.
Thank
you. I have Miss Bernice.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
I realized you couldn't see my brown hand, so I put it in the chat. So I have my declaration. I expect God to do exceedingly and abundantly over all I think and all I ask. Because I honor him, his blessings will chase me down and overtake me. I will be in the right place at the right time. People will go out of their way to be good to me. That is my declaration as a servant of the Lord. I am an imperfect soldier for Christ. I am in the army of the Lord. I have a role to play and I am playing my role. The good in everything moves towards me. I am open to receiving unexpected and expected blessings and miracles. I can feel so many wonderful things unfolding in my life. My life's path is divinely guided and protected. I expect good things to happen to me all day, every day.
All day, every day. Thank you, sister. I appreciate you. Listen, there's a lot of love that's going on in this. We're on live, but there's a lot of love going on in this chat group, right? And into our Zoom. But listen, this is what it's about. It's about us spreading love. It's about us stepping out and giving other people energy and understanding that we are all connected in some way, fashion, or form, right? And this is what it is about. I want to hear your testimonies coming into next week, how this week went for you. I don't want to just be the one that talks up here. I want to hear something from you. You came here to get something from me, but I'm inspired by you as well. I want you guys to know that, right? So our energy is reciprocal, right? Don't pass me no bad energy and don't pass me no dull energy. I want that energy that be like, hey, let's go. I want that energy there. I want that energy that say, hey, let's get this party started. And it ain't gonna stop, right? That's the type of energy that we need. And then when we need to bring it down, we bring it down when we need to bring it down. But when we need to amp it up and get ourselves going, talk to yourself. Talk to yourself like you talk to your child when you're mad at him. Right? Hey, bring that energy out. Hold yourself accountable. That's what it's about. We are holding ourselves accountable every day. And this is what it's about. But listen, folks, it's been a wonderful session. I appreciate you guys that did come on and raise your hands and stepped up, right? Ms. Bernice, you said you wanted to share your testimony? You want to share a testimony? So we'll let Ms. Bernice share a testimony real quick, and then I'm gonna work on closing us out. But before we do that, going into next week, these are some long chapters. And I'm telling you, but you got to get the reading done. I don't care if you read 20 to 30 minutes a day, 20 to 30 minutes a day. Invest in yourself. This is the investment that you have to make. Your reading and your affirmations. When you get up in the morning, after your prayer, go through your affirmations first thing in the morning. I'm telling you the formula. It's going to get you where you need to be. All right? It's going to get you where you need to be. And we're working on that Wednesday session just to answer your question, but we'll go back through those. The next chapters that we're going to go through are chapters 6 and 7, which is on imagination and organized planning, right? Imagination and organized planning. Imagination, I have to see it in my mind in order to have it in my hands. I have to see it in my mind in order to have it in my hands, right? And then I have to align myself with the people who are going to help me get that. It's not me getting it on my own. When I start to say I'm getting it on my own, that takes a longer time to happen. It takes a longer time to happen. But when I start to bring people in the circle and start to utilize these like minds and the specialized knowledge from each one of those other different people, it allows me and us to get there quicker. Collaboration is the new monetization, right? Get people around you that are going to, one, hold you accountable. Two, you're going to hold them accountable. 3, we're all going to move in the direction of getting what we want out of the situation, right? Hey, folks, listen. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. Miss Bernice?
Yes, I have a testimony. I just wanted to bear witness to what Coach is saying right now. And to those of you all who are still in that place of disbelief, that doing those exercises work. I'm one of those people that really had to fight against my own personal negative self-talk, doubting myself, but I'm a witness that it works. I followed the steps, I wrote it down because it kept it in my mind. And that power of prayer with that auto suggestion, that meditation and visualizing yourself. At first it was weird because within yourself, you're like, your circumstances and you're trying to say it with feeling, you're trying to believe it, but it's not there yet. But the more you do it, the more that you focus on it, you really do start to believe. And you're like, you know what, I can do this. And I'm telling you, it works. I bear witness. I wrote down the things that I wanted, and I have a physical manifestation of one of my goals that I accomplished. This took me a long time because of that self-doubt. But look, Coach, I have something. I have something that I can now give to people of service. And this came from within me, practicing those steps. And I feel proud of myself. And this is just the beginning. And not only that, when you walk in faith and you follow those steps, because it is an act of faith, I'm telling you, God brings to you everything that you need. You don't have to worry about how it's going to happen, even if you don't have your own plans yet. When you make that decision, everything starts coming to you. When I tell you, I've had so much support, and I have interviews coming out of this. How? Where did that come from? I didn't even think about that. I knew I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know how to do it. But in that process, you force yourself to learn. You force yourself to go into those uncomfortable situations. And believe me, it is not easy, especially when the doubt and the fear is coming from within. But guess what? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and it works.
Yes, indeed.
It works. So even if you don't believe it, do it. Do it. Do
And I
it.
tell you, Miss
Do it
Bernice,
hard. Do it if you're scared. Do it. And you will. That's the only way you're going to see. That's the only way you will see God working with you.
yes, indeed. And Miss Bernice worked with us at True Prep Academy and still works with us at True Prep Academy. She's in Atlanta, but we went through this with our whole staff, because my thing was getting everybody on the same page so that there's none of the mutiny, none of the undermining. Put people on what you're on, right? It don't matter if they're ready for it or not. They have to understand this is what we're doing, right? And you can see the value that comes out of people's lives. You can touch people. You don't have to put your physical hands on them. You can touch people with the energy that you share with them. And that's something that another note that I left out. But we can't take this knowledge to the grave just being selfish with it, right? Pass it on to somebody so that they can pass it on. This is real, right? You find something that works for yourself, do it. Do it constantly. Do it over and over. But then, like me, I said, you know what? I need to do a class. My wife was like, let's do it. Let's pick a date. Boom. See, when you have somebody that holds you accountable, an accountability partner, right? And you need to find that when you have that accountability partner, they push that button. So when she say, okay, let's do it this day, I'm like, let's go then, right? So understanding, let's get those accountability partners around us. And that comes with that organized planning. Get people around you that are going to push you, that are not scared to tell you, hey, you're doing wrong. Hey, I need you to pick it up. Hey, this is what's going on. But guess what? You need to be able to tell them that too, and tell yourself. Everybody here is holding themselves accountable. This is an energy session, fellas, women. We're not coming in here flat. We're going to come with all energy, and we're going to be excited about the gifts that we're receiving from life. We're going to be excited about them. We're going to celebrate those small wins, because small wins end up in having bigger things, right? So with that being said, I'm thankful and blessed that every one of you guys got the chance to come on this evening. I'm thankful that we had the opportunity to come together. We'll send emails out about the Facebook group for Wednesday. This session will be back up no later than Monday evening. All right. So I'll put it in the Facebook group. If you're not in our Facebook group, join our Facebook group. Put positive things in there. All right. Don't just be in there watching. Put something in there. Hey, when we get those messages, send them out to other people too. Affect somebody, touch somebody. Touch somebody. I get feedback from all my people like, hey, what's going on? I haven't got my message today. People are like, I'm like, oh, That was way back when, but now they're like, man, I send those messages out to like 200 people. Me too. You know, touch somebody. Touch somebody. You never know how you can affect them or make a positive impact in their lives, right? And it's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you. Trust me. It's about us advancing each other, right? Somebody is picking me up and I'm pulling a whole bag of people up with me. Let's go. Who ready to ride? Hey, but I'm excited. Also, I need you guys to subscribe to the number. I'm gonna send it out. I'm gonna send it out. It's 305-699-0732. You want to read that off to me again? 305-699-0732. All right. And we'll put those texts in there so they come directly to your phone. When you get them, pass them on. Read them, pass them on. Read them, pass them on. Read them, pass them on. Touch somebody. This is what we're going to do. We're going to play the touch game. See how many people we can affect with positive energy in this world. But we can do it on the underground. This is our underground railroad, right? Through text, the number one thing that people have in their hand, their phone, all the time. Let's touch somebody. Let's reach out and really touch somebody. Let's make an impact. And see how when people start hitting you back like, wow, I needed that today. You're going to be like, man, listen, me too. Let's go, right? Energy is real. Energy is transferable. Watch the people that you be around. Run away from the people that got negative energy that try to dump their problems off on you. Not today, Mr. or sis. Right? So understand where we are, what we're doing, and how we need to do it. Hey, you guys have been wonderful today. Thank you. And I pray that you guys have a blessed week. Before we go out, let me do this here. I'm going to go through the self-confidence creed because this is part of you learning. It says, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I will demand of myself persistent, continuous, aggressive action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves into outward physical action, gradually transforming themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. I have clearly written a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. I fully realize that no wealth nor position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all of humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others will never help me to succeed. I will cause others to believe in me because I believe in them and in myself, right? Self-confidence creed. Let's get it, folks. Wonderful Sunday. Hey, let's go out and get it. Let's go out and get it. That self-confidence creed is that's in the chapter that we just came off of. Go back, read through it, write it down, learn it. All right. My wife trying to get me out of here. Good night, good, great people. I love you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys Wednesday or Sunday, but look out for our emails. All right. Thank you. You guys have a great night. Peace and blessings.